Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1580. I'm your host Arwin. And before we start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and Patreon. That'll be much appreciated, and I can always use the support. So please keep it coming. Right, the weather today is just... it's pretty much the same. It's like a lot of clouds. Sometimes rain comes out of them when they're flying over, like big fatter clouds that are kind of dark gray. Like there in the distance. It's probably raining over there, but not right here. And yeah, this occasional wind gets pretty strong, but not continually. It's not like continually windy. Right. It's definitely not as warm as it was yesterday. It's been pretty much raining all day yesterday. Well, not continually, but a lot. Right. Hello, LVA Paul, first in chat. Good to see you. It is Monday, the 24th of April, 2023. Starting a bit late. Just didn't really work out timing-wise. Right, but I'm here now. It's gonna be at least 1.5 hour show. Also, got an Illuminati croissant. This time I didn't actually get to eating it yet before the show, so I'm gonna eat it during the show. I am kind of hungry. Oh, just a piece of bread on my eyebrow. Brilliant. Hello, Richard G. Good to see you. Right, how are you doing? Yeah, who sent that link yesterday? Was it Steamy Traveler? To the German New Medicine streamer. And I did actually watch a couple of those videos. I have to say that it was kind of interesting, but they didn't really go all that deep into it, in a way. It was like, it was not really, it didn't really seem like it was introductory at all. Maybe she just doesn't really do that anymore. Maybe in the beginning, I didn't like watch one of the first shows. I just watch one of the last ones, but it was like talking about it, but I didn't really learn much from it about it. But it's interesting to know that there's people out there with German New Medicine and they are dealing with it. Like they are doing that. And that's interesting. Right, anyhow. Let's see what else is going on. Oh yeah, watch the movie. Watched the movie before, I didn't mention it. Was basically watching Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which is really a kind of a shitty movie. I used to like it as a kid because it just had more of that adventure feel to it. But I mean, the acting is like... it's like they're not really even taking it all that serious. Kevin Costner in there is like a bit of a... it's just like totally out of place. Like he doesn't get the character. It's weird. That one was kind of stupid. But then I watched Robin Hood with what's his name again? I always forget his name. the worst Hollywood singer in history, recorded history. What's his name again? Right, it's a 2010 film with Russell Crowe. Yeah, that's right. That one was actually really well done, and it's kind of weird because I've never watched it fully. I remember still watching like the beginning of it and then really disliking how gritty it was compared to the Kevin Costner one. And talking about like as a teen or something. Like I didn't like the Russell Crowe version. But now that I've watched through it, it's much longer by the way, it is actually really well done. I mean there's much more seriousness and like weight on the characters and plot twists and all that, and it's kind of like really it's like a it's the prequel. It's like what happens right before Robin Hood really becomes the official outlaw, like how it came up to that point, and it was interesting. I thought especially like the character arc of King John basically taking was like interesting because you thought at first like, oh, he's just going to be a really stupid, evil, crazy king, but then he kind of wisens up a bit, but then gets jealous and basically like screws over the people again after that. And like that's interesting for a movie, right? It's not super stereotypical. So I really kind of did appreciate that movie. Anyway. Dude, Dart. Why are you bringing that up? Get the fuck out of here. You scumbag. Filthy racist. That's what you are. Yeah, I'm not talking about that again. People gloating over number of people killed. Really fucking disgusting. Yeah. Dart, people like you should be strapped to a fence and garroted publicly. Yeah, got some medieval inspirations. Anyhow, watch that. Let's see what else. Yeah, watch my own show back. It was great. I watched it fully. It was a really great show yesterday. And I downloaded it just to be certain. Because, I don't know, man, maybe somebody might give that a strike at some point anyway. But it was a really good show, so I thought I'm gonna just download it to be certain. So I'd have it on my computer. And don't have to worry about it. Yeah, no Owen Benjamin, by the way. It's kind of weird. He didn't do a stream on Saturday. Normally he does that. He didn't do any. And not on Sunday either. So that was a bit weird. He's probably really busy with some project or something and then gonna report out on it on his next live show. Right, let's see. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Right. Anyway, King's Day is coming up, and people are already really sour about it. I mean, there is general dissatisfaction on a pretty high level here in the Netherlands after everything that's happened. And yeah, I feel them. I wonder though, like, how much more this is all gonna take. So that's happening. Anything else? Anybody? Yeah, almost 10 minutes since last message. Is anybody out there? Monday morning? I know it's Monday morning, it's earlier. Anybody out there? There's 17 watching according to YouTube here. Would be nice if somebody spoke up. Tell me what have you have been up to this weekend. Alright, otherwise I'm just gonna eat this Illuminati croissant and just wait until something starts happening. Cheers. Is the BBB party controlled? Yes. They are a very blatant controlled opposition, and they are environmental fanatics. So they will continue on the stupid nitrogen policy, which will literally destroy all our food production. All of it. A massive, massive problem, and basically taking away the last opportunity to stop all of this shit peacefully, in my opinion. Unless there is like a massive arrest moment. Do the farmers know it? Yeah. They know it. They're getting told, like, you still have to cut down on the stupid nitrogen. Recently got told that they basically have to cut down on their potato production because of it. So yeah, they bloody well know. And it's, I mean, that party is in so much fucking trouble. Because they have literally been identified as traitors. Like high level treachery to specifically sneak in to supposedly save us from these crazy policies just to do it anyway. And now there's no more safe or peaceful opportunity to basically stop it. So that party and the people in it, they are in very serious trouble. Like maybe even more than the cartel, who is just being overt about their insane activities at this point. Yes, LVA Paul. Yeah, like not just cut down, completely cut it out. Like you can't fertilize anymore, effectively. Literally. Like, you're not allowed to do that anymore. It is completely insane. And they're basically just rolling out a way where they're telling, like, you can't farm anymore. Nothing. Plants, nope. Livestock, nope. Nothing. You can't do it anymore. Nothing about it. Because it all violates the stupid new environmental rules that make absolutely no sense. And our neighbors are still just doing all of it. Of course. Because they like to eat. And it's completely insane. It must be stopped. Nitrates. No, this is not about, oh, you can't use excessive. No, you can't use any. Yeah? Is this not about, oh, over too much manure and yeah, that might bring it. No, you can't use any. Nothing. You have like a nitrogen, you can only use so much for like entire periods, which is not enough. Including manure, including everything, including what is already in the soil, including birds pooping on the soil that happen to fly by. Everything. It's completely insane. The level to which it has to be cut down is practically undoable. Like, even if you didn't do anything, you cannot get it to that level. Land grab? Sort of. They mostly just want to own everything and then do with it whatever they want. There's a lot of people that suspect that they're just gonna like ruin all farming and try to replace it all with bug farms. And then force everybody to eat that. I mean, yes, seeking star water. Seriously. And it's been going on for over half a year. It's been all over the news. Alternative otherwise. Imagine, no LVA Paul, it's already been turned into that. The farmers get a nitrogen budget, and if they like overstep it for 1 year, then they literally can't farm the next year. That's how they put it there. It's beyond maniacal. It's the official policy already. Right? This is not something that's been voted on. They just made it like that. They just did it. So no any farmers, LVA Paul. No big farmers either. They're all gonna go bust. They all won't be able to make it anymore because beside that ridiculous new rule, they are also being taxed to hell. They still are being taxed to hell. That hasn't been alleviated as a countermeasure. No, it's just fuck you, die, kill yourself, stop growing food, fucking die already. That's the policy now. Right. But I mean, it's being pushed to a level where I'm becoming very, very certain that the kingdom that is now what it is going to end. Like, it is absolutely going to end now. And to be fair, hopefully, with their execution, I think the king and the queen should be getting the death penalty for what they've done. Death penalty. Guillotine, to be specific. Yeah? Specifically the guillotine. Or king and queen. And then it's over. And the rest can fuck off, can flee to another country. And go try to socialize their income there. Yeah, Seeking Star Order, I know. But I mean, yeah, it's based on a ridiculous premise and you can find a million things wrong with it. We know. Been hearing about that all over the alternative media. People, Dutch people talking about it already. It's known. It is known. But they're still doing it. And they should be arrested and then get the death penalty. And I'm thrilled to hear out there other calls for that. I'm glad to hear that the calls for death penalty is finally getting its taboo lifted in the Netherlands very slowly, because it is a massive taboo. I mean, Dutch people are so fucking retarded for like 100 years that they're like, the death penalty is the ultimate sin. That's how these fucking retards here think. They think that the death penalty is like the ultimate sin. It's barbarous. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, you fucking weenie boys. Yeah? Look at what's going on. It's time to drop the retardation and get serious. Yeah? People that are traitors to the people of the country and that are literally, provably rolling out projects to kill them, to starve them to death, to destroy the economy, to degrade the quality of life, all on purpose, no mistake about it. Those people must die. They must die. Yeah? Hanging, beheading, and with some of the worst fucking freaks if they've been caught in pedo shit and all that, then they should literally burn alive on the stake. Yeah? Flunkies that got a bunch of money out of it, they should be hanged at worst. Yeah? But I mean, these royalty, they should be beheaded. Guillotine. Publicly, so everybody can see it. Yeah, I know, LVA Paul. Right. And yeah, with everything that's going on and how we're going to be, unfortunately, be forced to clean up the country if we ever get to that point, I think that the reintroduction of the death penalty should be permanent. Should get a lot stricter. And that means, oh, you're a foreigner? Oh, you think you can fuck it up? Death penalty. Death penalty. Yeah? You're coming here, you're ravaging people, raping people, looting, destroying. Death penalty. No excuses. Yeah, that's gonna stop it. Yeah, once you do that, guess what's gonna happen? Word's gonna get out, and everyone, oh, how dare they? Oh, they're Nazis. Yeah. And then the fucking migrants stay the fuck away, except for those that actually have anything to offer. Yeah, who have a trait, a skill, who want to work, who want civilization. Yeah, those will still be coming because they have nothing to fear. But all those others that are just been advertised to exploit the West and rape the women and shit, death penalty. No excuses. No, that's ridiculous. People don't want to work. No, not saying that. There's other ways to deal with that. Kicking out of the country because you're not falling in line is ridiculous. Yeah, that means you'd have to literally kick out a quarter of the entire native born population. Yeah, no. You just need to incentivize. You need to incentivize for people to work more. How do you do that? Well, you could try to starve them. Yeah, but then they don't want to just be enslaved, right? The problem is that the work, everything is too taxed, and you don't really get too much extra out of working more. That is the problem. It's even the problem for me. I'd get a job on the side if I'd actually be able to retain some of that. But I don't. Only when I get a job that really pays much more than the social welfare, only then will it become useful financially for me to go for it. Side jobs don't make a cent. It's literally all my time wasted financially. Yeah, change that and you'll get people working again. It's not that complex. You don't have to kick out people that are lazy. You just have to make it more appealing for them to work. Right? And there is a labor shortage, right? But why would that be? It's because the conditions are getting ridiculous. Okay. Shut the fuck up, dude. What the fuck is your problem? What are you whining about? Like, what the fuck is your problem? Are you trying to attack my position or something because I'm on welfare? Is that your idea for the truth? Why are you bringing it up? Just how you see it. Yeah, well, you don't see a lot then because you don't understand how this all works. Yeah, it's not that simple. There's a lot of money to go around here. It's just that mega corporations don't pay taxes. And there's like major like bail-in mega corporation situations as well. Yeah, those freaking giving billions away to stupid Ukraine. Yeah? You could pay everybody's welfare for that for years. Yeah? It's absolute horse shit. Yeah? People living on social welfare is not the problem. It isn't. There's plenty of ways you can deal with that. Yeah? You don't have to kick anybody out like that. Ridiculous. Hello, Flatter Sage, by the way. Good to see you. Illuminati croissant. It hit the spot. Yeah, but we don't need extreme reform. Let's completely turn everything inside out. No, no, no. Why? I mean, 10 years ago, our country was like glorious, was great. Yeah? That greatness is still there. It's not all been destroyed. It's getting destroyed now. All you have to do is stop that from happening, reintroduce the death penalty for extremities. It's very much required because the sheer amount of extremities is going to increase. It's not over yet, even if we take it all down, all these traitors. And still, then there's the aftermath. Right? And you don't kick anybody out that's native born. Yeah? It's ridiculous. Yeah, we don't need some like Nazi style clean out. Oh, let's get all the useless eaters out. I mean, we just had a giant eugenic storm over us. Okay? A giant depopulation eugenic storm passing over. Oh, quickly! Let's do that again! But this time we'll get the right ones! What the fuck is wrong with you, you fuckwit? Not whining? No, just idiotic. Why the fuck would we need to kick anybody out? Yeah? Okay, narrow laning. Hello, by the way. Their Dubai is hashing it. Dude, I don't care. I don't care if they're gonna try to pretend like they're doing something revolutionary and it's super outdated. Yeah, it's super outdated. Eric Dubay is going through things that are super outdated. Like, we know. Everybody knows that already. You're late. You're very late to the game. Eric, you're late. You've been too busy regurgitating your standard stuff. And you are correct, LVA Paul. There's no force of down. There's a force of vertical. Up and down, depending on the equilibrium situation. Right? So, yeah, relative density, this equilibrium force, is not a constant. It's only a constant based on the condition of the relation between the medium and the object. Right? Nothing like the idea of gravity force, which is like a thing that's just continually there at the same strength. And that's not happening. Learn physics Final lesson, what? Why the hell is that in physics? There's nothing to do with physics. That's weird, Flatter Sage. Hey, Steamy Traveler, good to see you. Isn't enough detail? Why not? It's right there. Why is it not enough detail? On my channel there's an FE debate. That thing is years old, Nairo Laning. Years old. And things don't only go down. That's something I didn't really get back then. I just think like, buoyancy. Right. Yeah, Flatter said. No, but it is weird. It is weird and it is illogical. They're basically just teaching you a history about a conception rather than the actual physics of it. So it's, yeah, sounds like you haven't really been following a physics course at all. Just a bunch of outdated nonsense. What was my aha moment? My aha moment was the realization of the nature of physics as a discipline. Realizing the scientific method, the cause of an effect relation, and how there literally is no phenomenon for gravity. There is no phenomenon. People say things, oh, acceleration, oh, this or that, but it's not. It's not related. You can't prove that that is gravity. You're conjuring a concept every time. There's no phenomenon. Right? There's some claim to be associated Newtonian type phenomenon, but that's not part of the hypothesis. Yeah? Do you get that? There is no hypothesis for gravity that even involves acceleration. There isn't any. Yeah, there's Newtonian mechanics formula. F equals ma. That's not physics though. It's not a hypothesis. It's just a formula, and it's incorrect. I don't give a shit what Dell's gonna do. Dell's wasting my time. I'm probably going to end up unfollowing him because this is all retarded. He's just being a whiner. He just doesn't want to go along with the insight of relative density. It's his fucking problem. He wants to screw around and all that. Fine, I don't give a shit, man. You can stick that bottle up your ass for all I care. Okay? I know what I know. It's been told endlessly. He doesn't want to. Well, his fucking problem, not mine. Not anybody's, but his. And there's nothing surprising about water staying in a bottle when you drop it. There's nothing surprising about that at all. Don't you get that, arrow laning? Don't you get how that is not surprising whatsoever? How is that liquid gonna get out of the bottle? When it's falling for a prolonged time, guess what happens? There's a lot of air friction that's gonna go around that bottle that's actually going to physically prevent the liquid from even being able to get out of it. Yeah? Water just doesn't just stay behind, yeah? There has to be air that is able to get into the bottle in order for the water in the bottle to be able to get out. And guess what? If it's falling like that, it's filled up, it can't. The air can't get in. It's not gonna get out. Yeah? Water has surface tension. It sticks to stuff. And that's how you get droplets sticking on the window. If it's stuck inside of a open container like a bottle, it's not just gonna come out. Yeah? You know how you get liquid out of a bottle? By turning it and thereby letting the air be able to slip back in the bottle through relative density, yeah? Because it's less dense than the liquid that's now above it. And then the air is able to get in the bottle in order for the liquid to be able to get out. Yeah? That's reality. That's how it really works. If you drop a bottle filled with water, the water's not just going to stay behind while the bottle slips out of it. That's ridiculous. It's not that simple. Does acceleration not happen? Yeah. Of course acceleration happens. Has nothing to do with gravity though. It's not even part of the formula. It's just a stupid rumor that people never ever let go because they got taught that in kiddie school. Six months in? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, dude, I've been at it for 8 years. I forget sometimes that not everybody's been through all that. Right, but I mean, narrow laning, what I just explained, like the dynamic with how do you get liquid out of the bottle? Right? You need to allow the liquid to be able to get back in there in order for the water to be able to get out. Liquid not leaving the bottle is not... What then? What's the fucking point? What? Dropping a bottle with water proves accelerate... Like, you can drop anything. It'll prove acceleration. Right? Anything liquid or solid. What's the point? Yeah, things accelerate. Yeah, that's not gravity. It's relative density disequilibrium force. If an object is not at equilibrium with the density of the medium it is in, then it will accelerate if it can move freely. And if it cannot, then it will instead exert pressure. That matches the disequilibrium between it and the medium. That's how it works. multi-container demonstration. Okay. Right, so yeah, what is the question then? Person suddenly appearing in my chat without saying hello. So what is your point? Why did you bring up does acceleration not happen? Did I deny that at any point? Did I not just give a explanation as to why that typically happens? Yeah. Passive vertical displacement, relative density disequilibrium force. Did you miss that part? Is that why you shut up now? I just love it when somebody pops up for the first time in the chat just to ask a question, and then when I address the question, they don't answer. I just love it when that happens. Yeah, I'm being sarcastic right now. Questioning the behavior of the object in the water. What about it? It's in free fall. If something is in free fall, then the thing within the thing is not going to have the typical relative density situation applied to it, because relative density is not relative, you see? That's the big thing. That bullshit you've been taught that everything's all relative. Something is falling. Well, you could think of the Earth accelerating towards you. It's not you fault. Blah, 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 blah. Nonsense conception. Yeah, that doesn't apply to relative density, yeah? If something is in motion, then that thing in motion, everything that takes place within it, is not going to effectively work. Like it's all relative, and then things within it are gonna display relative density axis situation as well. It doesn't, because it is in motion. Yeah, when things are in motion, relative density doesn't apply to it. It is already being applied. It is in motion because the relative density is forcing it to do that. Yeah. The entire thing is being subjected to relative density disequilibrium force in order for it to fall. Now the things within it are then not going to display its own relative density within it. It's going to just all equally fall. Right? And only when it stands still again will there be a relative density division between the materials within that object. But as long as it is moving, falling, then it doesn't work. Forces are being subjected to the whole thing. Relative density, disequilibrium force of the whole thing, is being subjected to everything within it, and thus it's all over the place. Yeah, it doesn't settle. It can't settle then, because it is displacing. Yeah, relative density works in a situation where you accept absolute stationary situation. Yeah, that's where it applies. If something is moving, then you can't say, oh, it's all moving relative, so in that object it should apply. No, it shouldn't, because it only applies within the Euclidean setting of reality. If something is moving, then relative density is effectively already applying to it. It's already accelerating, it's already moving. It's not going to be ordering itself like as in a stationary situation when it is already falling. Yeah? That's the difference. If you don't get that, you're just dumb. This is how it works. Ah, okay, Dr. Tutor. Yeah, happy birthday. Hope you had a fun weekend. There is a delay? How much of a delay? I mean, the delay can't be more than like 20 seconds. Yeah, not 3 minutes. Where does he learn it instead? From me, or Uncle Wumble. Me. I think I'm the most proficient in explaining every conceivable detail that involves relative density. I think that I am the best of all the guys. They all get it. I'm really well at explaining it. Because I can basically account for every factor, everything that you're going to be bumping into, every weird oddity that you might not have expected for some reason. I will be able to explain everything that relates to relative density, no exception, everything. Because I get it. Right? I helped alleviate it from a pretty basic system to a, well, fractally implicable system that is literally in everything, and you can explain every detail under every scenario. I can. Like, give me the setup, I'll explain what is happening there relative density wise. Every detail. Every detail. The model I disagree with. Oh, you mean the model that has literally no scientific evidence whatsoever? Gravity nonsense model that's not even officially claimed anymore, yet people still hold on to it. It's still being taught even though it's officially outdated and everybody should know that. That model, or Uncle Wumble? Yeah, that's not the model I disagree with. That's the model that's been officially disclaimed, yet still being taught. Yeah, that model. Nobel Prize. I don't want a fucking Nobel Prize. Only murderous psychopaths get the Nobel Prize, or Uncle Wumble. I don't want it. As soon as I got that, everybody would start suspecting that I was actually a Satanist and that I did some horrific crime. Because only the worst, most evil people in the world get fucking Nobel Prizes. Yeah? I don't want it. You're missing the point. Well, why don't you make the point that I was missing then? Yeah? What is your point then, Orinoco? Do you have one? Yeah, why don't you repeat yourself then? Instead of complaining and whining about how I didn't get the point. Repeat it or shut the fuck up. Concise. To the point. You didn't have a point, did you? Oh, so that you didn't have a point then. Yeah, I know, Orinoco Wombo, you were just nitpicky, not very specific, and you didn't have a point. And then I addressed roughly what you said and gave it a point. Because you didn't have any, Orinoco Wombo. What you just said there, yeah, everybody can read that and then realize you didn't have a point. Yeah, you did not have a point to get. You're just being whiny and vague. Yeah, give you the time to type. I already know what it is. You've already tried. You didn't have a point. Okay. Antediluvian catharsis. I don't know that individual. But I mean, the Nobel Prize was literally invented by the guy that invented dynamite, who probably aggravated the amount of war casualties to record levels permanently. Yeah? Nothing in the world has been more murderous than fricking dynamite. Yeah, it's very convenient if you want to dig through a mountain or whatever. It's also very convenient when you want to blow people up. And they have a lot since then. So thanks, Nobel. Thanks for your brilliant discovery. Just fucking great. Yeah, now suddenly nothing is safe anymore. Oh yeah, castle walls, all for nothing. Now you can just blow things up just like that. Great! Dynamite, what a discovery. Oh, we're all so happy with that. How you debunk the model when you don't learn the model? Well, by learning it, figuring out it doesn't make any sense, and then relaying how it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you don't have to learn the whole model. You could just figure out as you're going, this doesn't make any sense. You don't need to learn it by heart just to come to that point, or Nakoombo. You can figure it out as you're learning it. And he has been. He said that he is. So, how do you ask a question without asking the question? Well, that's a question. So you are asking the question. So you're literally self-defeating. Typical. Yeah. How do you strawman? By just stating, why? How could you know something about it if you didn't learn it? Yeah, well, he said he did learn it. So it's a ridiculous, stupid strawman. You don't know. Yeah, you do, you fuckwit. You do know if it doesn't make any sense. You don't need to know every fucking detail to figure that out. Yeah? It's not like, oh, well, it all doesn't make any sense, but maybe if I just understand that one little detail, oh, it'll all fall in place. No, it won't. It's not connected. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah? You don't need to know every fucking detail about it to figure out it doesn't make any sense. Yeah? Oh, you just don't understand the globe model. You don't know every detail because that last fucking detail, that will make everything alright about it. That'll make that gigantic clusterfuck of nonsense suddenly make sense. Yeah, sure it does, Orinoco Womble. Keep believing that. Yeah? It doesn't. Ban you, Arwin? Okay. Fine. Bye. Next time you come back, if ever, get over your stupid ball allergies and stop making nonsense assertions, huh? Womble a Glober? Yeah, he was always a Glober. Apparently he can't handle it anymore. He can't handle it that he's being pointed out for making nonsense assertions. Then he has to be banned. Because it's really humiliating when you talk bullshit and you get caught talking bullshit. And then you have to admit it to yourself that you were talking bullshit. That you didn't have a point. This is apparently so humiliating to him that he'd rather get banned. Well, fine. Then fuck off then, Orinoco Womble. Go fuck off then. I have no problem with kicking you out. Yeah? You wanna join the anti-Arwin League and go with the Gammas and complain around? You go ahead and do that then. You literally asked for it. Literally. Yeah, I wouldn't ban you. But you literally asked for it. Because you were being a bitch. And when people act like a bitch, I will fucking kick them out. Yeah, if you're gonna be a bitch and ask me to kick you out, I will kick you out. Right? You literally asked for it. It's your fucking problem now, not mine. Right. But I mean, this must be me, right? I mean, Flatter Sage, if only you would have learned the whole thing, then it would have made sense after all. You would have finally realized why the Earth is a globe. Yes, Flatter Sage, if only you read those extra notes, then all of this could have been avoided. right? It's all your fault for not reading the extra notes when you're already well underway of figuring out it's all complete horse shit. I mean, if you only just read those extra notes, it would have all made sense. Why are you so grumpy? Why so projecting? Who's grumpy here? Am I grumpy? What do you think, Steamy Traveler, Flatter Sage? Think I'm grumpy? Do I sound grumpy? Now, Richard G, glad you're still there. I seem annoyed today. Well, yeah, but not against... not in general. It's just that, yeah, I'm kind of like, yeah... Dutch leadership should definitely be executed. Including the royals. Yeah. So, yeah, you could say, oh, I'm a little grumpy. But I got it out of my system. I've moved on. We're talking about flat earth mechanics. Relative density now. That doesn't make me grumpy. What really does make me grumpy is ballers acting like numpty dipshits and not giving recognition that they are, and then apply victim policy afterward. That's what makes me grumpy. Barely even got to that. I mean, it started out with Orinoco saying, oh, just ban me. Oh, it's all... Oh. Yeah, fuck you then. Yeah, you act like a fucking retard, you're gonna get it. 10 minutes ago. Did you? Where? What are you talking about? He asked if I seemed a bit annoyed. So he didn't say it, he asked me. And I said, no, I'm fine. Did I see that video? I think I have. Yeah, George. Yeah, limited viewing angle. Same thing as boats going over the horizon effect. Right. Anyway, yeah, Terry, I'm not particularly glad to ban Orinoco Womble, but he was just acting like a bitch. And he literally asked for it. I mean, if you're a bald tard and you've been hanging around here and you can't handle it anymore and you're going to ask me, just kick me out already. Yeah, I will. I will kick you the fuck out then, yeah? I have absolutely no reserved feelings about that. I will kick you out if you ask for it. It's not like I'm going to miss you or anything. Wouldn't miss you? Yeah, but you're not a bald tard, Steamy Traveler. But, hey, dude, if you'd asked, oh, just kick me out, I wouldn't even do it. Womble made an offer Arwen can't refuse. It's, right, it's the combination though. I mean, let's just say the Steamy Traveler or Illis G or Richard G would be like in a really bad spot for some reason and say that, like, just kick me out of it. I wouldn't do it. Because I'd be like, hey, are you alright? Because I actually care. Oracle Womble, I tolerate it. And yeah, he could be contributing sometimes, and that's fine. I mean, he was okay. But if you're gonna act like a bitch, then it's like, oh, well then I equate you with those other pieces of shit that tried to spam my chat then. Yeah? Because as long as you're secretly in the background still holding on to absolute delusional horse shit, I'm not going to really care about you that much. Because the only thing you'd use that is to try to manipulate me into seeing things your way. That's the only thing that ballers ever do when you care about them. When I care about them. So I'm not doing that. Because they'll just abuse it. I've had enough of that horse shit. Yeah, you want to hang around? Have to be polite. Have to be reasonable. You can have your beliefs, but you better well be ready to face some trials. Right? If that's okay with you, you're absolutely welcome being in my chat. You're gonna act like a bitch? Well, get the fuck out then. It's that simple. He has used extreme words for me. Not that extreme. But yeah, sure, he's probably declared me crazy or whatever. I don't really care, man. I mean, he is a baltard. A baltard has to, behind your back, still have their freedom to say, oh, but Arwen's ridiculous anyway. Oh, I don't know why I go there. But of course you do every day, right? But you have to, like, have your moment where you can deny all that for a bit and be like, oh, it's a stupid flat earthers. I don't know why I hang around there. Yeah, I don't know why you hang around me either. But you do. But you can have your little denial moment with other baltards to declare victory through your religion. Of course you will, right? That's okay. You do that. I know that. Because you can't help it. Because it's your religion. Hope I fixed him. I don't know. There's a good chance he's gonna have regrets for this and try to contact me like, hey, could you unban me again? Or maybe not. Maybe he's like, I'm kind of done with Arwen and he's not gonna be seen for half a year. Who knows? It's the first time he said something as ridiculous as that. Oh, just ban me already. Like, are you serious? Like, everybody that says that is being an ass. Doesn't matter how justified it might seem. When you do that, you're an ass. Do let him in. I'm not exiling him at all. I'm just banning him, and if he doesn't give a shit, then I don't unban him, and if he does give a shit, you have to tell me. I mean, I wasn't like about to ban him or anything. He literally asked for it, so I'm like, okay, well, request granted. right? But he probably didn't like how I just talked about that you can definitely figure out something is completely wrong without reading the entire nitty-gritty detail list of that thing. You can still figure it out that it's absolutely wrong without reading every single detail concerning it. And that's the thing that he basically said. Like, how do you know it's wrong when you haven't read every detail? I mean, that's the part where I just get really annoyed. And that's why I did that little rant. And that's probably why he then asked if I could please ban him. Because it was very humiliating to realize how stupid that remark was. How wrong that universally is. Right? I mean, he could have just left. But he couldn't handle it. So he asked me to ban him. So he could forget about it. Hey, that one guy? Yeah. I mean, dude, he has a wrench. He had a wrench. Did you know that? He had a wrench and he asked me to ban him. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you? Right, so yeah, today's a little bit ruckusy. Ruckusy show. I think I'm gonna just leave the title open. I'm gonna put in the title like, oh, kill them, or something. And bickering can't really have like a proper title either. I mean, yeah, relative density stuff. Maybe he was having a bad day. Yeah, probably. But I mean, if I'd have a really bad day and if I was ever in issues, I'd just say like, okay, I'm just gonna get out of here. Because I'm sick of it. Right? And that would be perfectly reasonable. Maybe I did go a little hard on him, right? You could argue for that. But yeah, if that happens, you could just leave. Like, I'm not gonna, like, you don't have to fear that when you come back, like, the next day or something, that I'm, like, immediately gonna start addressing you the same way, that I'm just gonna continue that or something. That's not gonna happen. Right? I mean, there's ruckus all the time. Just sleep it off, and the next day is a new one. New day, new chance. That's how I work. Alright, so maybe he changes his mind at some point and he'll email me to tell me, like, can you unban me again? And then I'll do that. Probably. But if he doesn't, well, his loss, man. He doesn't want to be part of this chat anymore, then it's his loss. Really. Yeah, they all do. Right. Man, time has flown, though, with all the ruckus. He was offended when you told him I don't need his priests. Yeah, probably. I mean, it must really hurt for them to realize that, you are a religion. You are definitely, provably, every consecutive step is provably part of a religion. You could literally make like a flowchart map of how Ball Earth is a religion and how people deal with it and how they reason. You could write it. You could literally like make an AI blueprint like that by now. I could. The guys at FED could. We could literally like show how it is provably a religion. And yeah, you're a believer in it. Well, then how dare you? It's the reality. Stupid Christianity and flat Earth are the religion. Yeah, that's what they think. No, they're not the religion. We are. How dare you? So yeah, they find that kind of very painful because they believe we are the religion that needs to be dismantled because it's archaic. That's what ballers believe. It's at the core of it. They really do believe that. So if you're then going to basically face them with the reversed world to their view reality, yeah, they're gonna really feel some pain over that, right? They're like, oh, we're striving to get religious misunderstanding out of the world. And then to get to hear, yeah, dude, you are literally a religion. This is gonna be, oh, how dare you? How dare you? Total solipsistic reversal mind explosion. Painful. You can't hear that. You can't have that sink in. That it's all been a gigantic projection. That you were stuck in a ridiculous religion that pretends to not be a religion and declares everything else a religion, pretty much, that is not compatible with it. And when you get to hear that that is a religion, yeah, that's really painful. And then you can have some overreaction. It's only natural. Religion, like a bad thing. Well, the problem with it is it's a mystery religion, right? But to be fair, all real religions are. All true religions are, you believe this, it is the absolute truth. That is what makes it a real religion. That's how religion used to be, always. And then, stupid ball religion came in, heliocentrism, atheism, and then said, oh, if you're not part of us, then you are the religion. So they basically just said, oh, the religions that are already there, they don't have any legitimacy. It's all myth. And then they try to replace those myths with myths of their own. But the thing is that heliocentrism is claiming it to be really the physical reality. It's very avoidant of being seen as a religion. It's anti-religion. It's an anti-religion religion. Right? It's the devil being a devil persecutor. It's the ultimate projection. They are the ultimate religion that poo-poos all other things as being stupid religion while being much more religious themselves and in denial of that. What? Okay, antediluvian catharsis. That's a not so straightforward question there. Sympathetic to pagan faiths? Well, look, it all depends what you're meaning by that, Like, I am sympathetic to the more general pagan traditions, right? Not like there's a whole frickin' occult apparatus of groups. The occult paganism I do not like. It's also where the creepy shit comes in, right? But just the general older pagan traditions that have to do with just seasons and farming and all that, those are great traditions. But I do not like the occulted, satanic, arguably satanic priesthood that is also like they want to be part of paganism, the dark side of it, right? I do not accept that side. I think it's just freaking Satanists that have once again infiltrated some religion or some tradition and then put their dark seed there to have their little evil faction within it, like they have with almost every fucking religion in the world. Get in there, they take the power, they build a little reversed world of the entire thing at the secret core. Just like the Pope. Can't have a more satanic person in the world. And he's supposedly the religious leader of Catholicism. Yeah? That's with almost every religion. Like every religion has a grabbler. Right? The grabbler turns it into a business and makes it the model of a corporation, which allows evil, which allows profit, physical welfare, like riches, power, sustaining power, right? Under the mantle of the religion, but it's really the grabbler that's turned it into a corporate system in that the core, in secret, letting the evil in to maintain rule, to have wider power, more power, and then more prominence. So it becomes an institute. Well, the institute is bound to be there because of grabblers that are actually inside doing exactly the opposite of the entire thing to maintain power. And that's how I feel like almost every religion in the world that has an organization behind it, that has really like a church hierarchy. They all have that. All of it. There's no religion without grabblers. Without an evil seed that's the opposite of everything it stands for, somewhere hidden within it. All of them do. No exception. None. None. And it includes like weird Bushman religions in Africa or in East Asia. Obscure. All of them. They all do. They all have one fucked up, at least one fucked up individual that's exactly the opposite of the entire thing. Somewhere having power in the core of it. They all do. Show me the singular exception. Show me an exception of a religion that doesn't have some person in there or a group that's not completely the opposite of everything the religion stands for, that is in power hidden within it. Show me one religion that doesn't have that. Thoughts on a 40? What the fuck are you talking about, Steamy Traveler? I don't know. That seems really ridiculous. But for me, it's not really relevant anyway. I mean, 4-day work week. To who? Most people that work a job, they work on Saturday too. So, like 5-day weekdays is really more anchored around the concept of going to school, right? Kids don't go to school on Saturday, but most people and their jobs, they do go to work on Saturday. So I don't know what you're talking about there, Steamy Traveler. Much more kids than 10-hour day. Okay. Well, look, people can arrange their own working schedules in their companies as they see fit. Right? It's very simple. You change the times, then you offer the contract, and yeah, you accept that, then you're now bound to the new schedule. You don't accept it, yeah, well then you're fired. Five-day week is very common, right? Anyway, thanks for bringing it up though, but I am gonna round out the show. Why it works? This seems like a ridiculous thing. Oh damn it, I almost forgot to, by the way, I watched Logan's Run for the first time. I've never really seen that. I might have seen it one time, but like really didn't care for it too much because I didn't get it, and it all seemed too disco era for me looking. But I really watched that entire movie recently. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think the day before. But it was a pretty good movie, like well acted. But it was so freaking 70s and 80s looking. Like Buck Rogers style. But less stupid, because Buck Rogers was absolutely retarded. This wasn't. Although there were some really stupid story plot situations. Like things like, oh, the robot does not able to compute. Now it blows up, and then when it blows up, the entire city blows up. It's like, who the fuck built that thing? Like, what, it gets an answer it doesn't like, and then does not compute, and then the whole city blows up? Like, what the fuck? Who the hell built that thing? But the rest of it was pretty cool. And weird. The robot. Yeah, that sort of robot. But that thing is like, that didn't really work. That thing was just weird. That was like really like a relic from the 70s. What a weird thing. There was a lot of weird things about the movie. Dude, that freaking trip scene was just like, what the fuck is this? Walking inside a room, everybody's naked, and there's like... and people are like, oh, like, what the fuck was that? That's so stupid. So funny and so stupid. It was like, oh my god. And dude, it kind of made me sick too. Like, that was just weird. Like, that would made me, it, like, with the sounds and all, it was just really weird. But hilarious. But the one thing that really stood out to me about the movie is the incredible range of everything. Like, they had so many things, so many location types where they went. It's like everything just changed around continually. Even like a snow area, and then like an overgrown congress, and like all these different places. It was really interesting because of all these different locations. Like the whole waterfall situation, like this outside the city skirt with all the waterfall thingies. Like everywhere they went, it was kind of interesting just to see, like, oh, what's this place? Whoa. That did really stand out to me. There's the locations. There were so many different looking locations in the movie. Yeah. Yeah, Zane, so yeah, that was in the city. But the entire situation there is completely nuts. I mean, Logan's Run is like what happens when the eugenicists win and then just like they build the shit that way and then they all die, of course. And then it all just pointlessly runs on like that. I mean, the whole premise is really weird. It's a very odd movie. It does make you think a lot, though. And I do like the protagonist, the main character. Like, I know him from some other movies when he's older, but I've never seen him this young. He was really good in that role. I was very sympathetic. Anyway, I'm gonna round out the show. So yeah, a bit late. Should have probably brought that up a bit earlier. Logan's Run. Really watched it for the first time. So thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. It was a bit over the place, a bit rowdy, but overall still good conversations. If you like this show, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That would be much appreciated. That I can always use to support, so please keep it coming. That would be much appreciated. Right, so I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1581 on a Tuesday, and I'm going to join the Flat Earth debates, I think. Yeah, over at Nathan Oakley 9080 channel. Hope to see you all there in chat. And until the next video, keep it flat.